Hi everybody, this is Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive with Bigger Tigger here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. He's a little bit cranky now because I needed to sit in the chair and he thinks he owns the chair. and you can see Hunky back there. So for those that want their kitten fix, there it is. And there they go. Honey is around here somewhere as well. Yeah, good stuff, you guys. So Mom's here. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
I don't know who's cracking the whip more, me or her, but we're getting things done. And we're working on catalogs. And yeah, we got them in on, I think, Thursday afternoon, and I got to stamping them on Friday. And then my mom was like, well, let's get them shipped out so they don't sit on the counter any longer. So she got here about 10:45, 11 o'clock, and we've been working on getting them ready for the post office. She's got a box already started. I think she doesn't like to be seen, but there's a couple boxes right back there. There they are. They're getting full, and the back counter's full. And, oh man, do you guys see all the yellow back there? Oh, I have to go get that and show you what that is. We had a great team meeting yesterday, you guys. Yesterday was awesome. It flew by, like, even faster than any normal fastly occurring day. I had my quarterly team meeting. I always do this one on like the second Wednesday of December, which is early. Usually I like to do my quarterly team meetings after the quarter ends, but with it being Christmas and then we have the escape next month, it's really hard. And so we always do it as a Christmas holiday gathering. And we do like a white elephant gift exchange. I announce the top 20, just like Stampin' Up! Does the top 150 maybe for the year, and then they give awards to the certain number. I did this year a top 20. As my team grows, I do more. So last year, we were just talking about it yesterday at the team meeting. We had, I think, 88 people on the team last year at this time, and now we have 120 people. So we're about 40 more. And so instead of doing a top 15, I did a top 20. And next year, I'll do the same thing. If we grow by even more, I will take it, always about 15% of the team will be awarded the top prize. So, and it's always based on, like how Stampin' Up! Does it. It's based on leadership. It's so people promoting on your team, and people qualifying on your team, people joining your team, and sales. And then I added in one category this year because Stampin' Up! Awards, they award incentive trip points to us if you're lucky to earn the trip. Less than 1% do, but if you do earn the trip, they're like, what they do is they help you track it though throughout the year. And so I took everybody, and I have a column in my spreadsheet, and so I was able to like rank everybody by who had the most they're not flex points anymore, who had the most incentive trip points, and then ranked that and got that category in there. So I'm so excited because number 1 on our team was Tracy Sorge. Number 2 was Diane Bogenhagen. So fun stuff. I will pop the camera down just so you guys can see what we're going to work on momentarily. So you guys can see what I gave my top gals for gifts. So not everybody could make it to the team meeting, which is okay. I get it. When you have a lot of people that have lots of things going on in their life, it's not always easy to make it. And so I had a few people that were going to be here and then they couldn't make it. So I have Gina's here actually. You guys, Gina. So this is what I did. I'm so excited because Julie Bierschbach made beautiful cards for everybody, and she went above over the edge and put the designer paper on, and then Tyler helped me put a golden wax bee seal on everybody's envelope as a little special extra. And this is what the top 20 got. These were from Tracy's Sword. She had little gifts for everybody. But everybody got, and I've been showing this off for like the last 6 months, but everybody got, in the top 20, got the Be Happy Stampers Yeti mug. And I put in there a hot chocolate, a Bailey's, little chocolates, and a little candy cane. And then everybody on the team also got proud to be a Be Happy Stamper. And so if you're on my team, you'll be getting one of these in the near future, either in a package, or like if you're doing the escape next month, I'll probably just hang on to it and put it in your escape package versus sending it. They're not quite thin enough to send them in a regular envelope because they'd be over a 1/4 inch thick. So anybody that needs to get theirs mailed, I will definitely be doing that. So yeah, you guys, it was a fun old time. we had a potluck and everybody brought different things. Mom made ham balls. Julie made cheesy potatoes, and there was a good variety of a lot of different food. And so definitely ate good last night. And so that was good, but it was a lot. Mary Lemke came in from Brandon, South Dakota. She was down in Illinois visiting her son. She came in early at 1:30, and I put her to work, you guys. I really did. For 2.5 hours, I'm like, Mary, this needs to be done, this, and this, and this, and there were things I saved because I knew she was going to be here. So I had a little elf in the hive, I should say, a little busy bee helping me in the hive yesterday, which was awesome. So hi, Linda Hunt. Hi, Connie Moore. Hi, Debbie Gast. There's Linda Scott. Yay. There's Rose. Yay, Rose. Rose, have you checked the tracking on your DSP? I did drop it off at the post office Friday at like 5 o'clock, something like that, 5:15 maybe. So hopefully you'll get that either today or tomorrow, and that the mail system doesn't make it go too slow. Hi, Barbara Godby. Hi, Laura Sullivan. There's Lynn Beasley. Hi, Susan Ray Hendricks. Cindy Bassett, your Oh Holy Night paper is going in the mail today. Remember, we were holding it to put it with your catalog. And so your catalog and the Oh Holy Night, Mom just literally put it in a package. That'll be shipping out today. Susan said hi to Bigger Tivger. Laura, I wish you lived closer too. I think you're about, if I had to do the math in my head, about 8 hours or 9 hours. And that just is a little bit too far to make a day trip. Hi, Cynthia Ford. Hi, Jennifer Jones. There's Jenna Helms. Jenna Helms did great too. She promoted to silver this past week, so I have her silver tiara on the table here ready to get mailed out to her as well. Lots of happy mail. Hi, Angela Knutson. Angela, I just saw your message. I'm good with whenever you want to come this week, if it's Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. I guess I didn't look at it that closely, but you just let me know when it works for you, and I'll make sure I get back to you. So, yay! So there's Maria. Hi, Jean Jurdis. There's Mary Lemke. Mary made it home. Good job, girlfriend. I was happy to hear that. All right, Barbara, we'll catch you later. Barbara, I have a catalog in the mail for you too today. So hi, Shelly. There's Deb Norman. Yay. Okay. Hi, Sandy Wicklander. We're going to get going. I don't know if there's much else to give you guys updates. I feel like we did have a lot that we talked about on Friday. We graded the scavenger hunt together, and we went through that. Today we have the Let's Just Stamp here. Momentarily we'll get started making 3 cards. And then tomorrow we have an add-on class, the kit class, which I was supposed to do on Friday, but because I did 2 shipments, I did 1 shipment with 2-day shipping, which came already, and I did another shipment with regular shipping. It's due to arrive on Wednesday. But in the interim, I did another 2-day shipping on an order, and I should have the kit here tomorrow. And so we have a 4 o'clock live set aside to do the kit class featuring painted wishes, which is very cool. Wish there wasn't an ocean between us. Oh, Maria, yes. I wish there wasn't an ocean between us as well. Hi, Julie Bierschbach. The holiday gathering is fun. Good, good. Hi, Dee Serena. Dee, I have a catalog going in the mail for you, too. Yay, it's on the way. Good, good. All right. Jennifer Jones is still in shock that I wouldn't say you won a Yeti. I would say earn. So a lot of people, when you tell them that you've gotten the incentive trip, like, and again, less than 1%, I don't want to get in trouble for not saying it, so I got to say it. And so they actually reached out to me today and said, can you please update your website to change this to not imply this? And I'm like, of course, whatever you need. So don't want to get in trouble for saying something the wrong way, you guys, right? So I would say, Jennifer, that you earned it. So being in the top 20 is based off of all those different things that you worked hard for that. You know, you did different things. It could have been sales. It could have been team building. It could have been promoting. It is like that you earned it. And so when people tell me I won the trip, I'm like, I worked my butt off, like a lot to get that trip. So I would say change that mindset to say I earned it, which was always good. Oh, wait, you guys, I figured out how to get into my videos, and this one's still not showing up. It blows my mind that I can't just get into my YouTube videos very fast like you guys can, like right away. So as long as I'm seeing your comments up here, I think I'm good to go. And we're going to start doing class. Is there anything else? I don't have the escape cards done. I know a few people are waiting to see the escape cards before they get signed up, which I completely understand. I'd want to see things too before I sign up for stuff, so I know what I'm getting myself into. We do have, let's see, 2 of them done. And by Friday, we should have the bulk of them done, like the majority. And if not, they're done by Friday, then we're going to wrap it up by Saturday. So hi, Ann Bellinger. So So hopefully by this weekend or early next week, I can show off the cards. And I know that I have a deadline to sign up for the Winter Creative Escape by the 15th, or 16th actually, which is Saturday. But as long as I have space, I will still have people sign up. So I'm in my head thinking 120 people that we're preparing for. And as long as I have space, then I'm going to keep saying, yep, you're welcome to come on into the escape and do it with us. So just know that's like what as soon as we're done with the shipping today with the catalogs, I have class tonight. Tomorrow is a design day. I have class on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday are design days. So and catching up on emails is always in the middle. So, all right. So Sparkling Snowflakes is what we're going to be doing today for class. It is the snowflake set in the holiday mini catalog, and it has a punch with it. And I think we only used the punch on one of the cards, and we did your punching for you. Hi, Mary Sykes. I think it was Raw. Actually, I did all your punching for you because I forgot to have a helper do it. So the day that we were kidding up, Mom and Diane were putting pieces everywhere. I was punching everybody's snowflakes. So you have me to either be unhappy with or happy with that your snowflakes are punched, depending on like if they're okay or not. Like I try to do good quality control for you guys. So we have, let me pull the catalog. I'm gonna flip this down. I was trying to find the YouTube here, but let me show you where the Sparkling Snowflakes are. They're in the holiday mini catalog. And look at that, page 39 is where you're gonna find this. And a lot of people thought that this set had something to do with the winter meadow because it kind of came right after it. And stuff matches very nicely. Like this snowflake paper right here, it's called the Snowflake Magic. That's what we used on all three of the cards. We used one sheet here, and the other sheet was here. And unfortunately, this is already out of stock. I think that this came out of stock already like last week or even the week prior. So I don't think you can get your hands on that anymore. I believe that the white ribbon is still there. The DSP is still here. These gemmies, I call them gemmies, they're faceted gems. I think that they're still there, but this is really what we're using today. So when we do a Let's Just Stamp, we try not to do embossing or die cutting. We try to make this appeal to somebody who doesn't have a lot of stamping supplies so that they don't feel like, oh, if I want to recreate these cards or make the cards, I don't have a machine. So punching, we will pull it in from time to time, and so the ends of these got punched. And so that's where you guys can find this. I believe it's still available, but I know somebody out there. Hi, Susan Bellamy. If somebody's out there and they know for sure, they will comment in here and help me out by answering that question so I don't have to look it up. But we've got 3 sentiments and we've got actually 6 snowflakes. Actually 4 sentiments and 6 snowflakes. This solid one, they're not actually reversible. Like some stamps are reversible. These stamps are actually, there are 2 that are a very similar size, and you would stamp the solid one and then the more detailed one over it in a darker color. And that's how you could utilize those solid images. I don't think we used, honestly, the solid images on any of the cards. So I actually didn't even need to pull them out on blocks. So what you guys got in your kits, you'd have, and these are confusing, I will be honest with you, these 2 both have peacock bases. So when you pull out all your bits and parts for these cards, you're going to want to make sure you look for the card that has the Lost Lagoon mats, and not necessarily, well, each one of them has a Lost Lagoon mat, but this one has 2 white mats. And this one's going to be confusing because the white mat on the outside is not the same white mat on the inside. And we'll just have to make sure you guys pull out your right kits. So I have my 3 here ready to go. I'm trying to think in my head, which one do we want to do first? This one is more difficult, but not a lot more difficult. I had never done this technique before, and I thought it was super complicated, and it's not. Like, we've talked about it in the past here in the Hive, and it's not. It's just gluing strips on. But I think we'll end with that one. And so we're going to start with this one right here, that peacock. And then we'll do the blue one next, and then the other peacock. So, all right. Pull out the kit here that has a peacock base, and you guys can go ahead and burnish. Oh, thanks, Linda Hunt. She said don't forget to hit the thumbs up. So you want to keep that horizontal. And in this case, you're going to have 2 lagoon mats, right? So 1 lagoon mat and a white mat will be for your inside, okay? And then this lagoon mat is for your outside. You guys, the tutorial was written on Saturday, and it was proofread on Sunday, and I did email it out last night, but I think it was after midnight. So you might have gotten it today when you woke up. It was probably in your inbox. You guys will also have a pretty peacock mat with a white mat, which will end up going here. And you'll have ribbon, and I think Mom cut them in 2 pieces for you because they just fit better in your kits this way. One is going to be for that one, and then this one that's left over, a little bit shorter, is just to make an overhand knot. And so what I do is just take one of the loose ends and you just make it into, reverse, reverse. We actually tied it right onto here, and I'll show you that. So just reverse, reverse, hang tight on that. So what we're gonna do is let's get our stamping done. We have Make the Season Sparkle, and on the inside we have Winter Greetings and a snowflake. Now these cards don't have to be used for holiday Christmas cards if you don't want them to be. You could definitely make these into birthday cards. It could even be a really pretty wedding card, actually. If you have a winter wedding coming up, you could also do a thinking of you. This could easily be a thank you card as well. And I'm going to grab this. And then they are photopolymer stamps. So I'm going to grab out my piercing mat. You guys, this is probably one of the best deals in the catalog. It's $5. And it helps you with all of your photopolymer stamps because it provides a little bit of cushion for underneath when you stamp. And we want this one to be Make the Season Sparkle. And I'm going to grab that stamp. And it's this one maybe? Yep. So you're going to feel a little repetitive with this. Oh, Mama's phone is ringing. She said, I'm going to be as quiet as I can. But it is a cheerful ringtone, isn't it? Okay, so Make the Season Sparkle. It's going to go there. And then on the inside, we have Winter Greetings. And that was this one. Now remember, it's horizontal. And we're going to do is stamp that. And just to see what we have, I've got it in the middle, like right about here. Okay, so if you have Lost Lagoon, you could, so you guys, if you remember Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent, they were a great combo together, just like Peacock and Lost Lagoon are. So if you have Lost Lagoon and you want to use Lost Lagoon, you could. But if you don't have it and you do have the Peacock, you could just stamp Second Strength with the Peacock. And on this one in the inside, I've got the small snowflake. And if you do Peacock, you would want to stamp off. And some people refer to this as second generation, and some people refer to it as second strength. I have generally always called it second strength. And what it does is it gives you a lighter image of the ink. So it almost gives you more color options within an ink pad. And then this one is the next size. So that other snowflake I just used was the smallest one. Now there's a medium-sized one, and then there is a large one. And I'm pretty sure, I've got to see here, we used the small one, and we used this medium one to do that. And again, you could use your Lost Lagoon, or you could do Pretty Peacock, but stamp off. And I've got that kind of nestled, this one of the points here, kind of nestles right into where those, the E and the K meet. If you want to go full strength, you could. So like that one was second strength. If you want to do one full strength, you definitely could. Like there's giving it a, another look, giving it the darker snowflake. And then we have the smaller one back here. So stamp off, and I'm going to put that right around there. Okay, so I just kind of decorated with some snowflakes. And what makes this one so cool is we actually did some splattering. So you can see it here. It just takes, if you guys haven't seen the Stella Splatter, you're going to love it. If you've seen it before, you're going to be like, oh yeah, this makes so much sense to do Stella Splatter. So I have the hardest time just having white space. So like to me, that looks a little empty. It's nothing wrong with it, but it just looked a little empty. So what we're going to do, everything okay? Yeah? Okay, so good. So what you're going to do is take the ink pad. You can dip your block in here. And what you'd want to do is get a drop of water on there. My Stella pen is never enough to just dip in there and get the splatter to go over. So I add a little bit of hydration, a little drop of water, right to the block. There it is. Okay, but you have to be very careful when you put this drop of water on here because you don't want to get too much either. So you want to I always kind of check my Stella to make sure that there's nothing existing in there for color. And hi, Deb Ryan. I think Deborah R, maybe Deb Ryan. Hi, Sue Spigner. I am Susan. Susan, that was a really good question because as I got up to get my little block of for this, I saw my book here and I'm like, oh, I never did roll call. So you and I were on the same wavelength. One kit at a time. Yes. Yeah. So you guys, what we're going to do, I'm gonna finish this because we've got it started and then I'll do roll call. But I dip into where it's a little bit liquidy and then I try to get some of that peacock color in here. And so I've got it into my brush tip of my Stella, and you have to be careful because it does go everywhere. And what I'm gonna do is tap. And if I need to go back and get more, it's going all over and not necessarily where I want it to. But now you can see it's starting to go onto the paper. So it kind of might look like little more snowflake flurries in the background here. Okay, you have to be careful because it might need to dry. So I'm just gonna pick this up from the sides here and show you the little splatters that I put on there. Now, you might not like that, and that's okay. You don't have to do it, you guys. We always talk about this. The joke is when somebody says, well, I don't like that, well, then don't do it. It's your card. Make it how you want to. But here's another example that if you want to do your inside, you could also, as long as I had it going, I'm like, oh, there you go. Just do the whole inside. And it's not going to affect the writing because there's just a little bit of splattering in there. And some people, hi, Darrell Hoffaker. Oh, Sue, you're good to go, girlfriend. It's okay that you're late. You know, I am the last person to ever get upset about anybody ever being late. So I always wipe the, you know what? We're going to leave this peacock in here because we might use it somewhere else. So I'm not going to forget that I have peacock in here. And instead of wiping it out on here, I might wipe it on the card per se. So I'm going to set that over there. And we're going to put this and this off to the side. And what we're going to do is get ready to glue. But you guys, I was getting warm, so I had to take that sweatshirt off. I don't know if you caught that, but there's definitely hot pockets in here. All right, so we have roll call. You guys, we have a pretty big class today. I was pretty amazed for it being a December class and Let's Just Stamp. So you guys must like the snowflakes, which is awesome. We have at the moment, let's see here, 55 people signed up, and I made 60 kits. I should say we made 60 kits. It wasn't all on me. So I have 5 left. So if you're watching this class and you're like, oh man, I wish I could get this kit yet, you can. So yeah, you guys, here's everywhere. All right, so Karen Wetstein, Jenna Helms, Shirley Malarkey, Sandy Wicklander, Angela Knutson, Donna Gruski, Sherry Everett, Brenda Cottrell, Mary Lemke, Connie Moore, Cheryl Thomas, Christina Bernards, Feline Mays, Angelique McClendon, Susan Bellamy, Pat Fleming, Vicki Rodriguez, Sue Spigner. Sue, you're not tardy because I just did roll call and your name is just being said now. Saved by the Bell, right? Latokia Trigg, Julie Bierschbach, Deanna Stell, Laura Sullivan, Patty Wright, Karen Forward, Carol Alanis, Vera Anderson, Debbie Gast, Francis Rodriguez, Jean Vassell, Nedra Dover, Barbara Godby, Bonnie Kemen, Linda Scott, Karen Woods, Amy Ponce, Sheila Roberts, Sharon Davis, Leslie McMinn, Linda Hunt, Rose Garibaldi, Pamela Leahy. Rose, this might be the first class that you've taken with me that I got to say your name in a live. And so yay. Pamela Leahy, Mary Sykes, Beth Kinsey. Beth might be the first time too. She got a past class and then she signed up for a future class, and that might be the first time that we got to say Beth's name in a roll call. Karen Stagg, Susan Wormley, Jean Jurdis, Lynn Beasley, Susan Ray Hendricks, Jeannie Parker, Mary Carls, Gwen Petroshek, Mary Vogel, Dawn Ablett, and Phyllis Oderman. Yay! And that might be the first time I said Phyllis's name because a few people saw it was odd. Not odd, but during my Christmas Stamp-a-Stack, after that class, I had a few people that saw that and they wanted one of my past classes. And so they got signed up for that class and they picked out a couple other classes in the future. So yay, lots of you gals are here. And then I just also had this sitting here too. I almost forgot about this. This is from Sherry Martin. It says, may you be proud of the work you do, the person you are, and the difference you make. So she found this and she sent it my way. So I can cherish her little gift here along with this gift. Angels don't always have wings. Sometimes they have whiskers. And she sent this to me because we had our little Miss Honey 1.0, the original gangster honey that passed away in February. So I can find a spot to hang this up. So thank you for that, Sherry. It has actually been on the counter in my kitchen. And you know how the counters in the kitchen go, you guys? They get piled up with different things when you have catch-alls. And so we're having a Friendsmas this weekend. And I had to do a little bit of, oh, I just found this. Oh, this got here. Like, it was nice. So I got to find it again, Sherry. It was on my counter. Never lost. Always there. So we're going to flip these over. Ew, we're not done. Oh, man, you guys. We have a couple more snowflakes to actually stamp. And the reason that I think I missed it is because it actually looks like designer series paper. So let's get this glued because I had already started to do gluing, just like this. Okay, we'll set that there. This one gets glued onto this piece right here, like that. I am noticing that I'm going to trim off a little bit on mine here. I made this side, that side, and that side the same. And I'm going to just pop this in my cutter and cut off one little sliver off of the top here. But this looks like designer series paper here, doesn't it? And it's not. It's actually stamped. So we're going to get back out to this drawing board here. And we need to stamp some snowflakes on here. And we do have the second largest, or like the middle one, and the small one that we're stamping. And this is a combination of first strength. So let's get this inked up. We use this ink pad quite a bit for the Winter Magic class, or the Winter Meadow class, and I haven't re-inked it. Oh, Mom, Cindy Bassett would like this class, and so she has that purple 13 by 13 here in the Chewy box.
Yeah.
That's Cindy Bassett, I think. If you could pull that out, we'll open it up and add a class to it. She just said that she would like this class. Mom says, but that's okay, Cindy. Mom always says that when I ask her to open up a package. Is that Cindy Bassett? I think that's Cindy Bassett, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Cindy. Did you hear Mom in the background? She's like, and that she does that to me every time that I ask her to open up a package because either I forgot something or somebody asked me, can I have a class? And I haven't shipped it yet. We slice it open. And so that's a good note, you guys. If you ever get a package from us and it's sliced open, and you're like, oh, I wonder if somebody did this. It's always me or my mom that cut it open and added something to it. Or we had to check. It was more like check something. Like, did we put something in there? Because there's a lot of moving pieces. So, but Cindy Bassett, yes, we will make it happen that you get one of these classes. We'll figure out. It's only going to be $17 because you already have the other stuff shipping. So, you guys, my ink pad is needing re-inking. And I want to show you how to do this in case you don't know how. So we gotta just find a pretty peacock ink, and maybe I don't even have one here. I was thinking that I would show you guys how to re-ink this, but I don't know. I don't know if I have a pretty peacock ink pad, a re-inker down here. But I do have another pretty peacock pad. So at full strength, on this Lost Lagoon, it's not showing up. Oh my gosh, you guys. I have pretty peacock pads here, galore here. So I grabbed this one. Let's just see what this one looks like. And it might not work any better. Oh, it does. Look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go right over the top of this one, but with a darker, just to see what happens. That's fine, perfect. And then what we're gonna do is pull in another one. So just remember, this piece is going to go right there, so you don't have to worry about stamping anything there. And what you can do is put one here, and then we're going to grab the small one, which is right here. And we've got one of those right about here. And then what we're going to do is stamp off and put a second strength one there. And we can put a full strength one over here. And we're going to do stamp off, and we're going to do a second strength right there. And then I show this big one, it might be a small one. So let's take the small one, stamp off, and then we're gonna put that right about there. Let's just see what this looks like. So this will go here, and then this piece will go here. So we've basically created our own background with the snowflakes. So if you don't have snowflakes, like let's say you don't have any snowflake stamps, you guys could do whatever you wanted on this actually. You could not even do a snowflake theme. You should do a winter theme though, because there are snowflakes on this piece to try to tie that in, but you could do something else if you wanted. I'm just going to trim this off a little bit. I don't know if you guys will have to do that. The kit that I made here was from the day that we designed, and I think we switched sizes around, but we probably noted it correctly. All right, so now we're back on track. Okay, so this is gonna get glued over here. All right, and when I glue this, I got a very little amount here. Angelique says hi. And Deb Norman says, please say hi to Mom. She says hi back. So this snowflake, I didn't get a lot of snowflakes on here that were dark, so I'm gonna make sure when I glue this, I'm gonna glue it so that that one is to the right, left, and this, otherwise it would get covered up, okay? So we're going to put a little bit of glue, and this is not designer paper that has two sides to it. So you don't have to cry when you put glue on this piece of white on the back side because it's white. All right, so that's glued down. Now you want to grab your tear-in tape, and you're going to put 2 of them waiting in the wings because we were going to do our tear-in tape sandwich. And you want to get this tear-in tape right behind where the seam of the ribbon or the seam of the designer paper and paper meet. And then this goes over the top. Now this ribbon is solid enough that you can't see through it, which is great. I know, Laura. So that little paper trimmer that I always pull out and tease you guys with, it was actually one of the demonstrator, you got it for signing up to be a demonstrator. I think it was like 3 years ago, maybe, something like that. And they had an excess amount of them. So they put it available that demonstrators could get it in the supply store. And it was only $10. It was actually a really, really good deal. All right, so then we're gonna glue this one onto our card base, and then while we're at it, that goes on our inside. Like this. Did you guys see that? I always double check. Not always, but a lot of the times I double check to make sure I don't put it on upside down. All right, and then this goes on the inside. Like that. Cindy Bassett says, thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
She says, you're welcome. Is that cutter ever going to be on sale? No, I don't think so, Susan Ray Hendricks. I don't think it will be. So you can see here that the splatters add a little bit on the inside to this. And there's with that so far. Now, grab your dimensionals, and I'm going to put 6 of them on the back here. Yeah, Connie, I wish to. You know, if I would have been, for everybody that told me that, I wish I would have bought one for you way back when they were available. But it's one of those things that, and it was a supply item, so I could have. But you never know. You don't know what you don't know. All right, so then this is going to go. I want to see some of this paper on this side, so that's why I have it more to the right. And I've got that right about something like this. Okay, now this ribbon, what you're going to want to do, if you would tie an overhand knot and put it on here, you would see the edges of this ribbon because it's so wide. So in this case, I do want to slide this underneath here, and then I want to make my overhand knot around this because it's going to make it look like I've wrapped all the ribbon around and did that. And we're tricking, like we're not tricking, but we're making it look like we used a lot of ribbon, but it's so much easier to do it this way than any other way, I personally think. And I think that every one of my scissors are in my craft tote. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I found a few. So I must have stolen from my little caddy here the other day. So let's actually grab this one, because when they're not marked yet, that means that they're really for ribbon. All right. Just trim your tails. Okay. And that's okay that comes up like that. You're depending on how you, so I only did one overhand knot. I didn't have to do two. Just make sure you do this one good and tight. If you feel like it's not secure enough, you could always take a glue dot and put a little glue dot, but mine's pretty good. And that's good. So in your kit, you will have the faceted gems, 3 of them. And what we did is we put one in the center of that snowflake here, one in the middle of that snowflake there, and then we added another one. And I guess I put it there. I really felt like maybe there would be better, but then like the angling of it wasn't there. So I like it kind of angled, that they weren't all at the same height or level. All right, and I'll be honest, we had the Winter Meadow class on Saturday, the last one, and I couldn't tell you where I put the faceted gems. It has been a craftermath here. Hi, Carol Lannis. The glass mat. Laura Sullivan is asking about the number for the glass mats. You know what, Laura? I bet you any money, if you go into your demonstrator account and you go and do a demonstrator order and type glass mat into the search field, it will pop up, because I bet it's searchable, because now that they changed our system for demonstrators, like the online store is different for us, we can see it. But Carol Alanis just told you, she said 163987. So there you go. There's the number. So check the messages. That Carol Alanis, thank you so much for your help with that. Okay, so you guys, my faceted gems are around. I will go back and figure out where mine are and then put them on. But you can, this is where I thought, well, this would be great to use some of this pretty peacock ink that's in my Stella, instead of letting it go to, So, do you see what I just did? I caught the edge of it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go around the entire edge and make it like I meant to do that, okay? So it's not really what I meant to do, but if I do it all the way around the edge, which I should have enough here, we're just going to look like I shaded the edges, and it'll all be okay. So if you're going to do that, just be very careful. Okay, now I'll show you what it ended up looking like. It would kind of be the same as if you frost the edges with a sponge dauber. So I just added a little peacock halo around the edge like that, just to make up for my little oopsies right there. So no one would ever know that I didn't intend to do that, right? So there we go. We got one done. Yay. Okay. So next card is, we said we're going to do the blue one next. So the blue one needs to use the Let It Snow. Let It Snow, Let It Snow. We use that medium snowflake again. So we're going to have to pull this out. And we're going to actually clean, so we don't accidentally get the peacock ink going on in the Night of Navy ink. I don't think I even used that. Winter Greetings could get cleaned up. That could get cleaned up. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. And that. Oh, and there's this guy over here. All right. So when we do the Let's Just Stamp classes, you guys, we like to keep everything in the family of the stamp set so that it's not like lots of different stamp sets being used. All right, so this one, you're gonna have, let's get this out so it's not so shiny. You're gonna have basic gray, okay? Fold it in half, so yours is already folded, so all you have to do is burnish it. And we're back to being vertical, okay? In your kit, you should have ribbon. There should be enough ribbon for you to make your tails go underneath this piece, this gray combination here. And then you should have enough to tie onto this as well. Like that, just like the last card. So that's for later. You'll have a gray piece, a basic gray piece for there. You again have 2 mats here that are the same color. In this case, they're navy, right? So one's for the inside, one's for the outside. And your white and your designer series paper in the white are the same size. It is searchable, Deb Norman said. Hi, Jeanette Zweitzer. Good morning, everyone. Can you show us your little caddy one day? Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is the little caddy that I keep talking about. It says be creative, and I get these through a friend's husband. Her friend has the 3D printer, and we designed this. We saw one, and it wasn't, it didn't have enough everything that we used, so we recreated it, and we added in the spot for tear and tape. It has a spot for the dimensionals, liquid glue. It has a spot for 3 Stampin' Up! Scissors, and other brands fit in there too, but we specifically designed it for glue, paper, ribbon. Take your pick tool fits in there. The Stella pen fits in there. I do have a pencil that I generally always keep, or a pen, and that fits there. We have the bone folder, adhesive eraser, the ink eraser. Now, we redesigned them recently, maybe in the last 6 months, to be a little bit wider with the bone folder, so that the ruler would fit in there. So mine is an old version, and so I usually keep my ruler there, and then you have your mini glue dots there. So these are $25 plus shipping. Shipping in a box is usually like $8 because we have to put it in a box. We used to put them in padded priority envelopes, and one person's got damaged, and from then on we started putting them in boxes. If you're on my team, it says Be Happy Stampers, and it is $5 actually. So I give my team a little discount, a little perk for being on my team for getting the caddies. So hopefully that was a little nice showing, Jeanette. So these are the same size. One is for the outside, and then your white is for the inside. Okay, and then you have this other little blue piece that acts as a little extra color. And then this is the one where I was talking about, I punched this. So it's just, it started off like by a 2 by 4 7/8, and then we just punched each end, and that's gonna go on the front of that. Okay, I will call out, and I do notice this a lot with Stampin' Up!, that whites don't always match. So to me, this is a bright fluorescent white, and this is more of a soft white. This is the basic white paper, and this is the white that they use in the designer. So when one's on the inside and one's on the outside, fine. But when you have one on the outside and one on the outside, it kind of like doesn't mesh so well with me. Like it's just, and you might not even be like, oh, that's fine, I don't mind at all. So for this though, what we did is we sponged a lot of the edging. We stamped on it, we stamped snowflakes, and we made it like turn blue versus it being so white. And we got the white off of the white, okay? Just to kind of help with it. So hopefully that makes sense. We did see that in the design, and we're like, oh, we don't like the whites with the whites. But that's us being as picky can be, right? But somebody should be a little bit picky for you guys to make sure everything turns out nice when we're designing. All right, so let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. All right, the weather outside is frightful, but something's delightful. And since we have no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So that's what I think of when I look at this card, because it says it 3 times. You have to be careful. If you have a Stamparatus, like the old Stamparatus that they used to sell, I don't know if you could line it up on there, but I'm gonna like free stamp it. So I'm gonna start with what I think is the middle. So I'm gonna drop it in here at a slant, okay? And I'm gonna go back, ink up again, and I'm gonna drop the next one in at a slant. I'm gonna try to center it between like the middle one and that edge, and I'm gonna try to keep the same angle. If I'm off, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. And I'm gonna try to get this one in at the same angle. And if you're happy with it, and you know it, clap your hands. If you're not, flip it over and do it again. And you could probably do it a second time. Like if I'm being picky, I'm down a little bit lower, and I could be up higher, but at the end, when you have your snowflakes all on, the last thing you're gonna do is like, oh, I'm off by a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, this one then needs snowflakes, and they are definitely not in full strength. So when you ink up, you're gonna wanna stamp off, and we've got one up here. And it's okay if it kind of goes into the words. It's lighter, it shouldn't matter. You can still see the let it snow. And we've got one more over here, kind of nestled in by this one. And we've got one over here. I'm trying not to do them at the same, we might have done 3rd strength actually. Let me just see something really quick. 1, 2, 3. It's very, because if I'm looking at this, it looks like now that I do it, I'm getting more distracted by the words, or I'm getting more distracted by the snowflakes. We're gonna just flip this over we can always finish this side, but I wanna just do a test of the public broadcasting system here and see what it's like to do 3rd. And if it's 3rd, I will have to tell that to Diane, because she's got the in-person tomorrow night. And we want to make sure that, oh, UPS just delivered a box. UPS is here, Mama.
What?
UPS just delivered a box.
3 boxes.
3 boxes, okay. All right, 1, 2, 3. So, okay, that's with second strength, and that's with third. It's still dark enough. So I really think you could potentially even go to fourth strength. And if for any reason, like when you're stamping, I missed part of it there, if you're careful, you can line it right back up. And try to go again. And then we're gonna do 1, 2 over here. And we're gonna just do a little bit over there. Okay, so we've just decorated this with snowflakes around the edge. And I noticed what is happening here is so when you guys sometimes use a rotary cutter, like a track cutter, where it cuts it like the Stampin' Up! One. Yes, Jenna. Oh, so you know what's from UPS? I don't think it's my kit. I don't think it is. I'll have to check. But what we've got here is the paper is from where it was cut. It put a lip on it. And so that's what's happening over here. My paper is not stamping the whole image close to the edge. So we're going to go back to our first option here and finish it off and be okay with it. And it's still okay. You can see the let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. If that lip wouldn't be rolled right there, it's not, and it's hard to see it, but I think you guys can see that the ink is missing along the edge there. That's why we'll go back to this one. And then grab a dauber. And what we're gonna do is lightly sponge the edges of this too. This is something that I used to do a lot in my early years. Oh, do you guys want to see one of the cards I originally made like 22 years ago? So Kelly Lamb, who was Kelly Beco back then, you guys probably know Kelly because she does the paper pumpkin classes with me. You'll catch her doing those. She helped facilitate the team getting me some Christmas gifts. And she chose to include a card that I made that she still had from like 20 years ago. And you guys will see. I'll go grab it in a second. Oh, Francis, we're just halfway through anyway, so we're good to go. So we're just putting a little bit of sponging around the edges here to soften that white. So now you won't see much of a contrast between the white. All right, now our inside, I'm gonna keep that vertical. Let's just see real quick what it shows here. Winter greetings and a snowflake. Okay, winter greetings. It's hard to see them at an angle. Here we go, winter greetings. We're gonna do that there. And we're gonna do this one. Stamp off 1, 2, and then 3, so that we can still see the words. All right, now we can get a little bit blue happy. This one for now. All right, let's get both of those. And this goes on here. Now those navies should be the same size, or pretty close to it, that they're interchangeable for inside and outside. And then this will go on this one, like that. And this can go on our inside, but we don't want to put the other one down. Okay, and then this I popped up with dimensionals. So let's grab those dimensionals back. And we'll do the 6 again. And I'm gonna try to center that. So you can look at this too and see, oh, there's this pattern is here. Do I want that in the bottom? Or do I want to flip it and put that at the top? So you gotta figure out, I like that better at the bottom. And I have this flush with the navy edge, right about there. Now, if you need to get the ruler out, go for it. Like if you need to look at this and say, okay, that's about 1.5 inches of over a hair, and this one's It's about the same. They're both about 1.5 inches. Okay, then this piece right here is actually gonna get glued down flat. Now be careful not to put glue too, oh, getting ahead of myself. This actually has ribbon behind it. So, you know, and actually, I bet we could glue this down. Nope, we need to put the ribbon on because I already put the glue down. So we're still good. And this is kind of what we did too. This was like, we needed to have the ribbon. So put this little tail, one of the tails, so it can be this one. And you're gonna catch that with the tear and tape. This is centered, like that. Okay, so let's grab another little piece of tear and tape. We're gonna put that just over the top to help hold that. Now we can put, they really wanna stick. This is hanging over the left side just a hair. Maybe like 1/8 of an inch, so more than a hair. But that will go right about here. And it is flush on this side. So you'll know you want it to be flush on this side, then whatever hangs over here is okay. It should kind of match good. Then we need 2 more pieces of tear and tape. And we're gonna put one on the whole back side of this mat and bring this ribbon. So this ribbon kind of has a mind of its own. It likes to do its own curliness. So we're gonna just center that and then flip the tear and tape like this, and a little bit of glue. And now that goes onto the card base. All right, so then we're over to our snowflake. Now we don't need to pop this up more per se, but we do need to pop up the ends here versus the middle because this middle's already popped up. So what I would say is if you do have little edges of your dimensionals, you're gonna wanna find some, oops, that one almost flew on the floor. So I wanted to find, if you have the small ones, it could work too. But I wanna put one right in this middle of the snowflake. Oh, stuck to my finger, like that. And your gem is gonna go there. You wanna have something to support your gem. And then you also probably would benefit from having one like right, so if this is gonna go here, you would benefit from having one here and right here. So that will catch the tag. And then we want to have one more here to help support that gem. And since there's ribbon here in the middle, instead of putting glue, I think what I'm gonna do is just add a piece of tear and tape. And now when we put this down, this will, it's not quite centered with the gray, right? So I can have like 1 finger width here, and I have about 1.5 finger width on the left. So I would say something, and then it's centered top to bottom. So something like that, okay? And then we have the ribbon thing like we did on the last card. Put that underneath, and you might not have this much left, but what you can do is just make your overhand knot. Be careful while you're pulling this because it's only really held together by the tear and tape on the back side. So just want to just do something like this, okay? It might end up pulling up like this. That's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to help it. So right now, it's by doing that, it's making it curl up. We're going to fix that here in a second. For now, what we can do is trim this tail and this tail. And what I would do now is, there was this tear and tape back here. If you put a glue dot or a dimensional back there, it's not gonna stick. But if you take the tear and tape off, and you take, let's grab this side guy here. This side one, the thin one. If you put that on the end here now, and push that down, that is gonna help that. Now it's flat. You can see that it's not curling up anymore. It kept it secure. And then what you'll have is 3 gems in your kit that are the grayish ones. And one's up here, one's down here, and then I've got one over here. And you saw when we first started the live, this one has a mind of wanting, has a mind of his own. He likes to go right down here. He likes to fall down. So, but I didn't mean for him to go in the blue because you see him better when he's on the blue. Okay, and if you want to Stella anything, I would not Stella anything that you stamped. I would Stella potentially the blue over here, like this blue on the edge here could get Stella, and also the gray if you want to get something Stella on here. There's not a lot of spots to Stella, but you could definitely do this area like that. Now, again, I'm gonna have to search for my ribbon, or not my ribbon, my gems, so I can add my faceted gems to it. You guys should have 3 in your kit though. So, all right, 1 more to go. And I think the one that's left is, I've been seeing a lot of it, and we finally built it into a class to do so that you guys got a kit. So now if you've never made one of these, now is your opportunity to make one of these. And it's pretty easy, actually. Pretty easy. We did do another one that's coming up in the ink, paper, scissors class. We still have plenty left. If you guys have not seen what we have in store for you for the ink, paper, scissors, I gotta show it to you because we have oodles of these left. We kind of kitted up more than what we thought we would need. So this one is super cool. We'll show you how to make that. That one's really pretty. And then here's what I'm talking about. This one's a little bit harder, not too hard, to do with multiple DSPs on the same card. And then that one's left. So you guys, if you want to get on this class, you can still do it. Reach out to me and I will get it in the mail to you like ASAP. Like we've got them kitted up, ready to go. And the class for that one isn't until the 21st. So it's about a week and a half away yet. So you definitely get it in time for class, as long as the USPS cooperates with us. Okay, I think I got these all clean. So we're gonna get into this last card then. And let's show you how easy this is. So burnish your edge like that. And you should have a white and a peacock that are for the front. I can't remember if we put little slips. This was just like it was an extra piece that was left over as a scrap. And I set it in here to put it on the side. You might have it. Somebody will confirm for me. You guys have some ribbon here. What you're going to do with this is you need to just fold it in half and then cut it in half. And we'll make an overhand knot shortly. And you have, this is where you have to be careful. So your bottom piece, your next piece are for your inside. And then your outside is the designer paper with the white. Now these whites are not the same size. So make sure you do these properly. And maybe to do it properly, you could glue this down. Now I have to tell you, this foil paper does not do well with liquid glue. Oh, there they are. You should also have these in your kit. 4 little 1/4-inch strips, okay? This foil paper, if you use liquid glue behind here, you are going to see it. I promise you. It kind of, because this foil paper is a little thinner, the watery part or the liquidy part soaks into it, and you actually see the glue lines. And I would highly recommend using tear and tape behind here versus using liquid glue or even glue dots. And what we're gonna do is, just so that we don't confuse our white papers, we're going to make sure we get this matted. Now, if you're using tear and tape, you don't get a lot of wiggle room. It's not glue that you can still squish it around and kind of MacGyver it where you want it to go. You have to kind of, what I do is I eyeball. So I'm still holding this up on my right side, and I'm eyeballing the top, the left, and the bottom. If I feel that those are great and they're straight, rhyming, I drop it down and assume that the last side here will be okay. And it's good. If anything, it could have been a hair this way, but in all honesty, like, it's straight. That's the most important thing. Okay, so now we know we're not going to confuse our white pieces. So what we can do is sneak in a little stamping, and we're going to do the Let It Snow first. And
I've gotta go.
all right.
Dad wants me, so I'm
Okay,
caught up.
you're all caught up. Thank you so much. I just got to make the labels for those boxes.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. All right. Bye. Love you.
Love you too.
Thanks for all your help.
You're welcome.
Mama's gonna be happy. I've got lots of stuff to go to the post office today. So good. Yeah, the counters are cleaned off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. That makes me happy.
Mama always likes when the counters get cleaned off, you guys.
Yes, I do.
She says that. Let's get the counters cleared off. I'm like, no. I'm waiting for this person for this and this person for this, and then And then she's, then I forget, and then we ship something out and it probably shouldn't have shipped. That's how that goes, you guys. So let us know is going in the middle here. Okay. And then we have the little guy again. So we're going to stamp off though. So we're going to make sure we go there. And we've got one going up here. Oh, Deb Norman said craft roulette. How did it go? It went good. Is my card over there? I made a card. You know, I did a bad thing. I did not submit my card last night. There was a lot going on yesterday, and I needed to get the card watermarked. So Kelly didn't see my note asking for the watermarking, and so I didn't get it back in time. So I have to talk to Mary Gunn. Hopefully I'm not on her naughty list because I need to submit my card yet for the craft roulette. But I'll share it with you guys. If you want to make a card, I think they're done taking submissions unless you're a patron. And so they've got to like open something up or allow me to get my card in. So where's my winter greetings? Right here. So I'll share with you the card. It was hard. It was mentally hard for me because it was, so I do have a little strip here. And so I want to take that into consideration. Sometimes I leave it upside down so I don't accidentally get ink on it. And now I know where to center the winter greetings. And then we're going to do the little snowflake. Ah! That's why we put cards in plastic, you guys. Because otherwise, stuff like that happens, right? But you know what we're going to do? We're going to put a snowflake there. Okay, so what we're going to do is stamp off and put that here. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but my stamp just literally fell on my paper. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a snowflake there. There. No one will ever know that happened, right? And now to make it like odd, we're going to put one right here. There. Okay. That's how that goes. All right. So we've got that done and that done. I think that might be it for stamping. It was hard, Debbie Gass said. It was really hard. They were abstract blobs. Okay. Globe. Let me see if it's sitting over here. They craft roulette card. I gotta think about where I put the card. Oh, I have it. I took pictures of it. I can share it with you guys via picture. Abstract blobs, globe, florist shop, and postcard. Okay, so yep, it was difficult. All right, let's see what we got going on. This thing gets popped up with dimensionals. It would definitely stretched my brain. I'm okay with the card that I made. I would never have created it except for the criteria or the elements that were selected by the wheel. Hi, Randy Schultz. And so it's all good. I think I'm like, Tyler loved the card. He loved the colors. Green's his favorite color. He loves earth colors. So florist shop could be taken to however you want it to be, I guess. Like when you walk into a florist shop, what do you see, or what colors do you see, or what items do you see? So I looked at it as like flowers. I see flowers when I walk in to florist shop. So I made sure I got some flowers in, and flowers and that kind of stuff is earth tone as well. So we're gonna put this guy, oops, so this is the whole length of that maybe. So we're gonna glue this first. And then we're gonna put that on here. Like that. Always a way to fix card. There sure is, right down. Thanks, Jean. I thought you did it. Oh, thanks, Randy. You know, I had fun doing it. I always have fun with Mary Gunn. Like, that's the whole point, right? To have fun with card making. Like, why would we do something if it's not fun? And so what we're going to do here is, all right, we're going to let this sit for a second. We're going to go to this part. So this is not as complicated as you might think. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Did a great job with the odd parameters. They were odd. I'm trying to see if I can find where I would have put my card. But I have the pictures from Kelly here. So let me just show you what the card looked like. And hang on, she watermarked them for me. So Kelly helps me with all my watermarking here. So this was the card. So I made a fun fold. And it was hard because I love to use new product, but I went and pulled an older stamp set that was called Postcard Pals. And so there's my flower. and my globes are circles, so I use that, plus my abstract splotches on the back here. And then for flowers too, this pattern paper has flowers in it. And when you open it up, I have more abstract splotches like that. And then this opens up, and this is all postcard. This is all like stamps, postcard related. And then the inside opens like that. So you guys, if you remember, maybe from the Fragrant Flowers class from earlier in April, this was the layout for one of the fun folds. And I went upstairs to go look for stuff, and I found some extra cardstock laying that had been extra pieces from when we kitted, that I had those green pieces left over. So Tyler was really happy that I did this card because he loved the front a lot. So yeah, so that was my card. Okay, so, and I still never got YouTube up, but this is not as hard as you guys think it will be. So we've got our DSP, just a solid piece of DSP onto a mat. And what we're gonna do is we're going to adhere this into the middle of the foil, which we can use liquid glue this time because you're not gonna see underneath it. And we wanna just make sure that we get it on here kind of straight. It's a diamond, so straight in the sense that it's going up, down, left, right, centered, top to bottom, all that good stuff. And then what happens is we are going to start, I start with this top corner, and this piece of white is gonna come, you've got different whites. So this white is gonna come out like that. Then one's gonna get glued this way, like that. And then you have another one that gets glued this way. Okay, and then this last one gets glued like this. So that's how you do that kind of a card. And the trick is to get this glued, and then we just take our scissors and we trim off the ends. And then we put that right down into our card front. So what we're gonna do is, you gotta be so careful. And Mystery Card Night. Oh, is Mystery Card Night coming up next week, isn't it? Okay, I think Mystery Card Night, you guys, is the 18th. It's next week. So it's on my to-do list, you guys. The to-do list never ends. I have it on my to-do list to create clue 1 for Mystery Night. You guys, I'm being very careful. I am not putting lots of extra on here. And actually, I realized I remember when I made the sample, I'll be honest, I actually put the glue right down here and I guessed my lining. But for now, to show you how to do this, I think I would do it like this. Okay. And again, you want it to be flush here with this edge, like that, lined up there, and have that come out here. I was gonna see if I could get you guys. It's never still showed up for me. I don't understand. I used to be able to watch all the comments, you guys. I really did. So let's just see here. Nope. Okay. So at least like I have you guys up here. So you definitely went above and beyond on your Carefully card. I would do that when I am old to work I would do that when I am old to work my brain. Too old to work your brain. Oh yeah. All right. So then this little short guy. And so this is what I meant by what I would have done on my ice. Because I don't know how much I need of this at the moment. So what I'm going to do is actually, you could do this as another option. Again, you don't want to do too much glue, but all I'm doing is drawing a little line of glue here, like that. So all I did was draw the line of glue right where I need this to drop in. And that works to do it like that too. Then you're not risking putting glue here and getting it on your table. Okay? There, okay? And this side's harder because it is a little bit longer, so I guess your call. What you guys always do, whatever is easiest for you, but maybe I'll put this here and not go past my thumb then. So just a little line there. We're gonna drop this down. Catch that. Oh, there you guys got to see my head. I feel bad. I gotta get in here to see what I'm doing. So you guys see my top of my head. All right, there's that. And then the last one, this one's a little shorter. Oh, see there's glue on there. This one's a little shorter, so I think what I'll do, take my chances and make sure I get it glued there. And then we're going to put that. And I actually noticed might end up with glue, but that side was a little bit thicker than this other side, just the way it got cut. Okay, let's see if I got glue here. Nope, all good. So you want to make sure it's nice and dry before you start cutting things, but you don't want to risk it moving. So just, I flip it upside down, and now you just use this edge as a guide. Snip it. Snip it. Snip it. Okay, let's get these guys in the garbage. Oh, one more. Okay, that's how that turned out. It's super easy. Okay, Francis Rodriguez, I was waiting for somebody to write it, so I really appreciate fractured card. Okay, I always think of fracking, like when you go through the earth to like look for oil, fracking, I think. Hi, Jean Vassal. So fracking. So it's called a fractured card is what it is. So fractured. And I saw that there was something there. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to glue this to the front, and I want to glue this inside in here and swap-a-roo here because I can. Now we can flip those upside down, and now that we've got those tails trimmed off, so you guys, those are just 1/4 inch little strips that got glued to around the little diamond. Fractured. How many times have I tried to remember that, you guys? I know since I started showing off this card many weeks ago already. All right, so that goes there. And we're going to put this one on the inside. Like that. Lost Lagoon and Peacock. A great color combination. Now, back to this. So, I don't remember if my mom cut 9 inches for you or if she cut 4.5 and 4.5. I'm having this feeling like she cut 9 for you. So you would have to cut it in half, and now at the same time you're going to take both of these, overlap them, and you're going to make an overhand knot, just like that. Now as you make your overhand knot, pull your tails at the same time, away from the center, and you want to make sure that your knot stays pretty much in the center, and it's going to be a little thicker knot. So if you don't want 2, go with 1. But when you do the 2, you get 2 tails coming out each side. All right, so what we're going to do is finagle that. And then this is going to go right here at the bottom. I have it right on that bottom corner right there. So you're going to need glue dots. Now, so this was your practice fractured card. Like you practice on this. This was easy, I think. I'm going to use 2 glue dots here. And then I actually think I'm going to pull in another one right next to it on both sides of the peak. Now, this was your practice run. Hopefully, this was easy enough for you guys to do. When you guys do ink, paper, scissors with me, so I know a bunch of you are signed up for ink, paper, scissors already. This is the other fractured card, right? So now this is like pumped up, stepped up a little bit because there's 2 DSPs. Angelique was so kind because she gave me a card that did 2 DSPs, and she talked Diane and I through how to make this. And it's not much more difficult. It's about the same, but now when we do ink, paper, scissors, we're going to take the fracture card and pump it up a little bit and go the next level and mix and match DSP. So we have 2 different DSPs, and you could even do 4 DSPs if you really wanted to. So that is ink, paper, scissors. That is December 21st. So you can look forward to that. Most of you who have already signed up for that class have it mailed out to you already. So everything's pretty much in the mail for people at this point now for December classes. I still have some left. Like this class I have, I think 4 left. After Cindy gets one, I have 4 left. And Winter Meadow, you guys, I did kit up a few more Winter Meadow. I believe after I get through my emails from the last, since Thursday, I might have 3 left of the Winter Meadow. In ink, paper, scissors, if I'm not mistaken, we have about 15 left. So to me, it doesn't, you might think, oh, that's not a lot, but most of the people that have signed up already are most of the people who generally sign up are signed up. So I'm hopeful that there's about 15 more people that want to take that class. So otherwise it'll go to my past classes. Okay, so you see I really secured it down in the middle, and I added some glue dots underneath. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to offset the trimming. I'm going to make the top one shorter and then the bottom one a hair longer, right? And then to do the same thing on this side. There. And there. Okay. Faceted gem situation. This is the card where you get the clear ones. And there are, I put 2 up here and 1 here. Now this card is so foily, so you're going to get some glare action going on. So you've got 2 here and 1 here. And then we should be good to go. Stellaing. Now I potentially have a little bit more in... Oh, you gotta be so careful. If you are going to Stella this edge of the pretty peacock, don't hit your white. If you can avoid it at all costs. Okay. There we go. That's something that could have been done before we glued it. But by now, then if I go and try this, my pretty peacock is pretty much out of it, which is good. Okay. So I think we have successfully made all the cards. We did go over, Jeanette asked about the caddy. So if anybody is interested in the caddy, all you have to do is reach out to me. So I'm so excited because Christina Bernards is getting one for Christmas. It's going in the mail today, Christina. I don't know if you're watching or not, but yours is going in the mail today. It's a Christmas present to her from her husband. Yay. So if you need one of these or want one of these, you can email me or text me or Facebook message me. The other thing that people love to get are the bow makers. I have the bow makers available. Those are $8 plus shipping. If you want to get both, there's reduced shipping because it's not going to, we'll just weigh what the package is and see how much it costs. And so it's not 2 shipping. So, all right. So now I need from you guys, tell me what you like, which ones were your favorites. So I'm going to pull them back out. So we've got our pretty peacock cards and then our Night of Navy. So for Let's Just Stamp, we always do 3 cards. And this class is always free with a minimum order. So this month it's $45 for the order. We are updating next year in case you guys didn't see it. We're doing $50. It just makes it so much more simple that it's $50. Sale-a-bration is in full swing too in January and February. And so most people are going to be ordering $50 anyways. So the price went from 15 to 17 for 3 card classes. So this one this month is still 15, but come the new year, the pricing goes up to 17 is what we're doing, is we're increasing them with the new year. Prices with Stampin' Up! Products have gone up. And we did take into account the ink, paper, scissors earlier this year. Well, actually back in, I think, September, but we didn't update the pricing for the card classes. So we are doing that coming the new year. So 4 cards are going to be $20 instead of 18, so $2. So just a little note on that. Oh, Angelique has 2 caddies. Yes, Susan Ray Hendricks, you can get a caddy. You sure can. So, Susan, I do have a schedule that a catalog. So let's talk. I'll go through the packages and find your package, and we'll try to consolidate it so that it goes out together. Jenna is tied for the blue and the fractured. Good. I'm doing a class at Wells where I used to work at previous to doing this full time. And I do once a month, I go back for classes, and I gave them the option of these 2 cards, and they all chose this one. And I do a class at 11:11 Burgers and Beignets, and they also chose that they want to do this card. So yay. Okay, you say they're all so pretty. You can't decide. Good. Well, that's the whole point, is to make really nice cards that you guys like, right? And we must be doing something, right? Because you guys like them and you keep taking more classes, which is awesome. All right, so we're going to do a little random number generator for somebody who placed an order to get the class for free. And so I'm just going to write tick mark next to everybody who did an order. So Angela Knutson will be a 1. Connie Moore, you're number 2. Vicky Rodriguez, you can be number 3. Sue Speichner, you can be number 4. Laura Sullivan will be 5. All right, Debbie Gass, 6. Francis Rodriguez, 7. Jean Vassal, you can be 8. Barbara Godby, you can be 9. Linda Scott, you're 10. Amy Ponce is 11. Sheila Roberts, you can be number 12. And Karen Stagg is 13. Susan Wormley is 14. Lynn Beasley, you're 15. Susan Ray Hendricks, you're number 16. And Mary Vogel is 17. Okay, So let me pull up my phone really quick. Your favorite is the foil one, the fractured one. Yeah, it's so pretty. Okay, so I said 17 people. I will drop the phone, I'll drop the camera down so you guys can see where we're at. So I'm gonna put 17. If you're new to stamping and you need help getting started, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I love helping people get started. Helping you get the right supplies. What do you need to get crafting and card making? I'm gonna hit generate. Number 8. Number 8 is Jean Vassell. All right, Jean. So I will reach out to Jean. I don't know if you're still watching, Jean, but you won a door prize. And so when you get here next, I'll have a prize for you because Jean is local to me. She lives not too far from me. So perfect. So if you're new to stamping and you need help, don't hesitate to reach out. I love helping people. I love it when in-person people come for the first time that they're new, and I set them next to somebody who's more seasoned, and they get to work together, and it helps the seasoned stamper help the person that's new get started too. And if you're not local to me and you need help, just reach out to me. I would love to answer any questions you have, get you started. I do have an email list. If you want to get in my email list, all you have to do is go to cardsbycrispy.com, and there's a picture of me in a yellow shirt, and you can subscribe to get emails from me. And I send out emails. It's not been so many recently, but sometimes it's weird because I think I can do like 3 emails in a day, and then I cannot email for a little while. So I try to not bombard your inboxes with lots of emails, but usually I email about upcoming classes, about sales. Coming soon here in Facebook, you guys are going to start to see, what is it, the 11th today? I have my year-end guessing game challenge that I'm going to be doing. So it's like, how many cards did we get up this year? How many? Oh man, if anybody was watching today, you might know how many bees there are on the team. But the answer is as of December 31st. So you might remember that. How many classes did we have? How many, when you multiply out how many of each class did we have, how many, there's just so many different, I do like 15 questions or 14 questions, and I give a prize away for every question. And I'm going to start publishing those on my Facebook page this week, and you'll have until December 31st to answer them. And then come the new year, I'll go in and we're going to pull all the numbers of people, or pull all the people who participated and pick the winner. So it's basically going to be whoever has the number or is closest to the number. And if there is a tie, we'll do a random number generator. And so one person will win from each question. So it's fun. It kind of gives you a little perspective on all the things that happen. I loved one of the questions that we had last year was, out of all my customers, what is the name of the customer that I have the most of? Like, okay, just for example, and I put this in there, Chris's or Christine's or Chrissy's or Christina's, okay, or like Linda's or Karen or Suzanne. It's not, it's based off my customer base too, right? Barbara is another one. Like, so there's a lot of different names of people. Nancy's, right? There's about 10 different, yes, Jean Vassell, you won, yay. There's a lot of different names that I have, and a lot of you, Cindy's, there's a bunch of Cindy's. Rose, there's, I think Rose Garibaldi, you're probably the only Rose that I work with, which is awesome too. There's so many Bonnies or Bobbies. But so that's one of the questions. So what, beyond alert for that, the other thing too is, I think it was Sherry Stewart who posed a really good idea a couple weeks ago to do a traveling punch art competition, which I'm stoked for. I had Kelly create a graphic for it, which now that I'm thinking about it, I might need her to, I gotta think about it. I can't get in trouble with compliance because of taking a picture of something that isn't in a card format. So I gotta make sure that my cover photo is proper. Not that I get in trouble for that, because they're very picky about using the pictures of their stuff, or reproducing the pictures of their stamps and stuff. So Donna, you need a January total. Yes, I know. And like 8 other people. So I just wrote all your names down into my new, yeah, you guys, oh my gosh, I have a new yellow book. It's over on the table over there. I got a bumblebee yellow book. And so I know I have a list started for Sandy and Sherry and you and Jenna and Shirley and Sherry. So I got my list started. Hi, Carmen Sanders. So, but back to that, I will be doing the punch art challenge that Sherry recommended. where it's called Traveling Punch Art. The challenge will go through the end of January, so the 31st, and it's actually where you're gonna physically make a card and send it to me. We're gonna do a little YouTube live. I will set a day and time. When I set days and times for little videos, then they happen at those exact times. And so we'll set the day and time for sometime in early February to show you all the cards. Kelly's gonna do a Google form, and you guys can, like, just like you do for the escape where you vote for your top 3 cards, we're gonna do the same thing. And there'll be some prizes. So fun stuff. So Traveling Punch Art is coming your way. I don't know what else. We're getting to be close to the Christmas time period here. We have class tomorrow, and then that's the kit class. On Wednesday, I have Share, Create, Inspire. Angelique is ready for me to make her beautiful card. I'm assuming it's beautiful because she doesn't make anything that isn't. I have it in an envelope here. So I should take pictures of the recipe card. I also have one for Carissa, so I'm super excited. I have Angelique's and I have Carissa's. So I've got the next 2 Share, Create, Inspire cards ready to go. Angelique, yep. So we have December's and January's here. Perfect. So we'll have that on Wednesday morning. And then I've got class at 1. And then on Thursday night, you guys will be live with the monthly class. Friday, Saturday, designing. If anybody's local to me in the Fond du Lac area, Kelly told me that I'm going to be participating with her at the Children's Museum, helping 200 kids make 450 Christmas cards for their family and for people that are in nursing homes, which is great. And so if anybody is local to Fond du Lac and wants to help me personally from 8 to noon on Saturday the 16th, I would take all the help I can get. It's going to be a lot. She thought she was going to do it by herself while running the event. And I'm like, Kelly, that's a lot. So I will help, and I'm looking for like 2 or 3 people to help me. So that's Saturday. And then on Monday, you guys, is the 18th. We have a mystery card night on the 18th. And then Diane has ink, paper, scissors the 19th. I have it on the 21st. And then we have Christmas. And over Christmas break, my brother and I always put together the DSP sampler. It'll be for the spring mini catalog. I need you guys, I haven't sent the email yet, but if you want that and you haven't told me yet, please let me know. I want to make sure that I earmark one for you. I won't cut the corner off, I promise. I will just pencil you in that you're getting one. If you've told me already, then don't worry. But if you haven't, let me know. I want to make sure that I have one for everybody. And I'm planning 72 in my head. I do have 2 left from the add-on DSP sampler that we just did, or I think 1 left. I actually only have 1 left from the DSP add-on sampler. But over Christmas, we make the spring mini catalog sampler. And then right after Christmas, you guys, we get right into it. Kelly will do Paper Pumpkin, I think on the 28th. And then we have Winter Bingo on the 27th. And then all the Winter Creative Escape starts, we're planning. And then we go right into the new year with a catalog launch party, an order-based class for the quarter, all the good stuff. So as soon as we have everything designed and ready to go for January, I will do a showcase. And it will be closer to Christmas time. Just so you know, it'll be probably the end of the week of the 18th, so closer to the 21st, 22nd, I'll probably do a showcase showing off the catalog launch party, the order-based class, and then the other 5 classes that we have coming up for you in January. So good stuff. It feels like December just began, but there is a lot that's going to be coming yet the rest of this month. So good stuff. All right. I always feel like I forget something, but I don't know if I did or if I didn't. So, and I don't have more comments to look at here. So I don't know. You guys will have to tell me really quick if I missed anything. Yep, it's still not showing up in my YouTube on my phone. So if you guys need anything, just reach out. I'm here. I'll be working on getting the rest of these boxes. Got to run over to the post office and start answering some emails from the last 5 days. So again, you guys, this is how it is with the emails. If you need a dire emergency, what Tyler says, there's no emergencies in stamping. But if there's something that you really, 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 really need bad, you just call me. That's how that works. But otherwise, I'll be getting to the emails this afternoon as much as I can, and then tomorrow too. Yay! All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to sign off. We did really good. We did 3 cards in about an hour, so I'm really happy. Let's Just Stamp is usually a little bit quicker, faster than any of the other classes. So if you missed any other part of this class, know you can go back and watch the replay. As soon as I hit the end button, you can go back and watch the replay and fast forward, shut me up, stop me, start me, do whatever you need to get your cards made. The PDF tutorial was emailed last night. before I went to bed. And so you should have it in your inbox. If it's not in your inbox, make sure you check your spam folder. If for any reason you can't find it, you can reach out to me and let me know. And I'll probably say, did you check your spam folder? And then once you say, yep, it's not there, then I will send it to you. So all good, you guys. It's just email, right? Or as Naughty Nancy would say, it's just paper. All right, you guys. Yeah. And we do have 2 classes for January are designed. So that's always exciting. All right, you guys, it was a lot of fun being with you this afternoon for the Let's Just Stamp Sparkling Snowflakes card class. If you need anything, just reach out. Otherwise, lots of love, big hugs and sunshine to all of you. I'll count to 10 just in case it ends early. 1, 2, 3.